Hey, good morning, guys. How are you this beautiful morning or evening in the Philippines? So, what's going on this morning? Uh, got a little bit on the cold side last night here in Maryland, but the sun is out pretty bright right now, so I suspect it's going to warm up. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, guys, or evening, depending on where you are. Hey, Rosita, how are you? Hey, does anybody know about the? There was a cruise ship up in Japan that ended up in Japan. It's stuck in Yokohama Harbor, I think, and I believe there were a lot of OFW, a lot of Filipinos on board. Anybody heard anything about? Did the Philippine government bring them back home or anything? I know the Americans, the U.S. Sent a plane over and picked up a bunch of Americans and brought them home. And there was a couple that do a vlog that were on the ship, and they were complaining that the British government wasn't doing the same. But I believe they have. I believe the British government has picked up some people. The Australians were picking people up, and some other countries, and I believe the Philippines was going to go pick up the OFWs, but I haven't heard anything about it. So, wondering if any of you have any information on that. So yeah, and the topic today is how has this virus, COVID-19 disease, they call it, um, how has that affected your plans and your travel plans? So that's what we're talking about this morning, and anything else you want to talk about. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this stuff, guys? Anybody scared? Anybody worried? Or has it just gotten to be so much talk lately that nobody pays any attention to it? A lot of people seem to think that when it gets warm in the northern hemisphere, that the virus will fade away because the virus doesn't like it when it's hot. Although Singapore has quite a few cases and it's pretty warm there too. So I don't know. Hey, revitalized one. Good morning. Thank you for the compliment. You're quite welcome. So, how have your travel plans changed, if they've changed at all? Me, it's a combination of things. I've got two business trips. One I got to go next month and then the month after. So, I was talking to Mara last night. I pretty much decided to postpone traveling to the Philippines until, June or July, something like that. And hopefully by then the coronavirus thing will be all over with. But right now it's still going pretty hot and heavy, it looks like, especially in China. Problem is, at first I wasn't too worried because I normally transit through um, South Korea or Japan, but they got a large number of cases going in those countries too. So, and being stuck on an airplane for all that time, 24 hours, is makes the risk pretty high, I think, anyway. So, what are your thoughts? What do you think about traveling with this coronavirus thing going on? Yeah, it is kind of scary. Hey, Raquel, good to see you. Are you back in Hong Kong? Yeah, I thought about that. Hong Kong are the places that I would go through if I were going to the Philippines would be either Incheon, Tokyo, or Narita, and Hong Kong. And there's a lot of coronavirus going around, so I'm not sure I'd really feel safe traveling through there right now. You know. So you staying safe in Hong Kong, Raquel, or are you still in? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you went back to Hong Kong now. Doha, Qatar. Yeah, you coming from Europe probably. Qatar. Um, Coming from the U.S., I normally end up going to Incheon. Actually, Incheon's a nice airport, so I usually hit Incheon and then catch the connection to Cebu from there. New York, so you go around the other way, huh? So I caught up. And then does from Qatar, do you fly straight into Cebu or Manila, or do you have to stop someplace else like Hong Kong or something, Singapore? So normally my hop would be either from New York or Detroit to Incheon, and then Incheon to Cebu, straight into Manila, huh? Yeah. I heard that Hong Kong closed their borders with China. I can't blame them. I can't blame them at all. Um, I know Duterte shut down planes flying from China into the Philippines. So far in the Philippines, there are only 3 cases that I'm aware of. I was curious about the OFWs that are on the Diamond Princess. I haven't heard whether they have been allowed to come back to the Philippines or not. So I was curious if they had been allowed back in yet or not. So I noticed that the number of cases in the USA went up, but that may be because we brought those people back from the Diamond Princess, and I believe they were using 1 or 2 military bases out on the West Coast. I think one might have been in Texas, and one in California, and they were quarantining the people there for 14 days to see if they had the virus or not. So the virus was spreading all through that ship, the Diamond Princess cruise ship in Yokohama Harbor, and quite a large number of cases in a very small space, So, but yeah, I was wondering if they got the Filipinos off of there yet. Yeah, I hear you, Raquel. You got to take the precautions. Do you have masks and all that stuff? Gloves, hand sanitizer, all that kind of stuff. Wash your hands a lot. I'm trying not to. I have this habit of always touching my face, rubbing my eyes. It's actually a bad habit to have with this virus because that's how you transit. You pick it up off of a surface or something, and then touch your eye, and boom, you got it. So can't say as I blame you for being afraid. I don't remember how many cases were in Hong Kong. I looked earlier. But I put, I don't know if you guys saw on the community tab of my channel trailer page or my channel page. I put some links to that coronavirus website from the Johns Hopkins University, which is actually not far from where I live here. And they've been keeping track of the official numbers, but we know the Chinese are not telling the truth about their actual numbers. Yeah, so, and they all seem to think that when it warms up in the northern hemisphere here, the virus should die off, but we'll see about that. There's quite a bit of virus in Singapore, and it's pretty warm there. All right, YouTube revitalized one. Have a good day. Hey, Ronald. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. Yeah, so we're talking about the has the coronavirus COVID-19 changed any of your travel plans, what you're doing, and uh, it's definitely changed a little bit of my thinking on traveling. But here in the states, I've got some work I got to do in March and April in Indiana. So I'll actually be out in Indiana. I may even drive out there. Hey, Josie, good to see you. Um, so yeah, and normally when I fly over to Cebu, I go through Incheon, and there's a lot of cases breaking out in South Korea and Japan. The other place I could go would be like Narita or Tokyo or something, and um, so yeah, I just don't not real comfortable traveling through those areas right now. And Raquel, she's in Hong Kong, so she's right in the middle of it. Um, Trying to stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands a lot, try not to touch your eyes, which is a bad habit I have of rubbing my eyes a lot. And so, yeah, not planning on going back until the end of the year. Yeah, I would hope by then it'll all be blown over. Hey, Ken, what's happening, man? Good to see you. So we're talking about how has the COVID-19 disease, the coronavirus thing, how's that affected your travel and anything else you want to talk about? Hey, Raquel. Yeah, I really miss it in the Philippines. Yeah, last time I looked, there were 3 cases in the Philippines, so very few. Actually, one of those persons died, and one has recovered. So there's only one active case at the moment that I know of. I am still wondering if anybody knows what happens to the Filipinos that were on the Diamond Princess cruise ship. I'm really curious about that. Hey, Brian, so you think Narita's still safe? How about Incheon? Yeah, I probably won't be going through until June or July. Just because I got work here in the U.S. And I'll have to be back in September because I got to be down in Georgia. I got a project going on in Taiwan right now. I don't know. Matter of fact, I believe we just shipped that equipment over to them. So hopefully I won't get a call from them saying, "Hey, come help," you know. But it's a company we work with quite a bit, and they seem to know what they're doing. So I don't think they will need my help there. And And I got another big job I'm doing down in Louisiana again. So I may end up going back to there. So it's looking more like June or July is when I'll be coming through. And I would hope that a lot of the COVID-19 business is over with by then. Yeah, Raquel, you really had quite the year, haven't you? Between the demonstrations and then you got to come home for vacation. And then when you go back, you're in the middle of the COVID-19 thing. I feel for you, girl. You've had your share of turmoil over there in Hong Kong, haven't you? Yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, that's right. Have no choice. Got to do your work, right? Yeah, that's what we all do. But Raquel, we work to support our family. Definitely. Yeah, single mom. I know how it is. I've been a single dad. So got two American kids from my marriage before, and then three stepchildren from Vivian. And I feel bad for them because Vivian was a widow when I married her, and so those three kids don't have a mother or father. Of course, now all my kids are pretty much grown now, except for Chan, my baby, the littlest, and he's in college. So Ken says 16,000 people died in America from the regular flu. I believe the regular flu is also a coronavirus, isn't it? Yeah, well, keep your heart open, Raquel. There's somebody out there for you. Just got to find them. Yeah, there's some talk that I was watching some on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Epoch Times. It's a newspaper. It's kind of a antidote to the mainstream media where they're always lying to you. So they shoot pretty straight, and they were talking about some of the theories that the virus was isolated in a lab in Wuhan and was leaked from there somehow. But and it spread awfully rapidly. And hey, Vince 224. Cool. Where are you? Here now is Cebu, Manila, Dumaguete. Where are you? Yeah, that would be nice on that website, Ken, if they compared the in Makati. Okay. If they compared this new coronavirus to the flu, and that might put things in perspective a little better. Yeah, there are only like 3 cases in the Philippines. I'm still curious about the Philippine OFWs, the Filipinos that were working on the Diamond Princess, if they have brought them back yet from Yokohama. Hey, Maureen, Michelle, good morning to you. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the. Again, blowing a kiss to Maureen. I haven't heard anything about the OFWs coming back. I thought that the Philippine government was going to fly up there and get them in one of the military aircraft or something. Yeah, there were only 3 cases in the Philippines, and they, I believe, were in Manila. Was 2 of them were a Chinese couple that had come from Wuhan to Philippines to visit. They actually went to Cebu and Dumaguete, but yeah, bring them back to Clark. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, and I guess they'll be quarantined up there probably for 14 days until just to make sure that they're not contagious. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so it'd be nice to know if they're actually back in Clark. I may have remembered. I may remember something, hearing something about that. They were going to take them to Clark. Just don't know if they've done it yet or not. I heard that they were thinking about that. All right, guys. I've actually got to get some laundry done today, so I can't hang out here forever. Hey, Mira, baby. AST. Not sure what that means. But I have got to go. I'm going to get some laundry done. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Love you. Everybody stay safe. And I will see you next time. Bye. Guess it doesn't want to end. Knowing me, I probably clicked the wrong button.